and load. Allen Powers. It's the Allen Powers Show. Yeah. Where we lock and load. Come on. It's the Allen Powers Show. Yeah. Where we lock and load. Come on. It's the Allen Powers Show. Yeah. Where we lock and load. It's the Allen Powers Show. Yeah. Where we lock and load. Come on. Yeah.
What's up, people? Welcome to the Allen Powell Show Tuesday night. Man, there's a lot going on, a lot to discuss. Urban Meyer got caught up in some more trouble. Video circulating. I'm gonna play the video for you just in case you didn't see it. Matt Nagy reiterates Andy Dalton will start when healthy. How do you feel about that? Super Bowl. They announced the halftime show. So we got Dr. Dre, Snoop, Eminem, Mary, Kendrick. So it's a star-studded halftime lined up. I got a day in the life of Al continuation from last week when the wife said she doesn't want to be a Bears fan anymore. She has chosen the team. I will tell you the team that she's chosen and the reason why she chose that team. So stay tuned for that. Kyrie Irving is unvaccinated. He stands to lose millions. If he does not get vaccinated, who's going to budge? And we got a big boxing match coming this Saturday with Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury. So, lots to discuss. But before we get into all of that, the MLB Playoffs has started today. Wild card, Yankees and Red Sox. I believe the Red Sox is up 2-0 last time I checked. So, any baseball fans, are you tuning in? Who you got? And do you like this one-game playoff? This one-game playoff. It's a one-game playoff. Winner goes to the next round, and that's just it. And I don't know how to feel about that. How do you like it? Who do you got in the wild card game? And do you like this one-game playoff? They call it a playoff, but it don't seem like playoff because it's only one game. We got some former Cubs in the game, Kyle Schwarber and Anthony Rizzo. So there's some Chicago in there somewhere, but the wild card game is going on right now. And I believe the Red Sox is up 2-0. Who do you got? The rivalry continues between the Red Sox and Yankees. So that game is going on right now. And the playoffs, the regular playoffs, is going to start Thursday. So let's go through the rounds real quick, man. And y'all tell me who y'all got in these playoffs before they start. You know, this is just a wild card today and tomorrow. But we got the wild card, we got Yankees and Boston playing right now. Then we got St. Louis and LA. Now, LA won 106 games, I believe, and still have to play in a wild card game. That's just crazy to me. Crazy to me. So we got that game coming on, I believe, tomorrow. And then the White Sox, local team, White Sox playing Houston Astros in the playoffs. How y'all feeling about the White Sox? All the White Sox fans out there. How you feeling about the White Sox? And then we got the Braves and Brewers in a division series as well. So baseball is going on. Like I said, the Red Sox and Yankees are playing right now. Red Sox, last time I checked, was up 2-0. Garrett Cole is pitching for the Yankees, and he gave up a home run already. So who do you got? Are you looking forward to the playoffs? Are you looking forward to the playoffs? And especially the White Sox fans. White Sox fans, how are you feeling about the White Sox chances going into the playoffs? That's what's going on right now. Baseball. So I'm going to keep you posted with that game, Yankees and Red Sox. And then we got another wild card game tomorrow. But let's get into the big story of the day. Let me get to the big story of the day. Some video surface of Urban Meyer with a young lady that's not his wife. And it's a video circulating. And he ended up apologizing to his team for the video. And This is not the first time he's been in trouble, but I'm going to play the video. And then let y'all see what all the fuss is about, because he was at a spot. He was actually at his own restaurant. But man, this is not the first time he's been in trouble. So let's look at the video and then y'all tell me what y'all think. So this is the video. And you can see the young lady like give him a lap dance. He issued an apology. Hold on, let me see if you can see it. Oh, you can't see it. Hold on. I'm gonna get it for you. Hold on 1 second. So we're gonna play it. Let me get the video for you so you can see it. I'm gonna remove his face for a second, and now we'll be able to see the video. So this is Urban Meyer, coach of the Jacksonville Jaguars, in his own restaurant. Girl dancing on him, and he issued an apology. That was not his wife, and he's gotten in trouble, taking pictures with the young lady. So that's just one. And I think it's another angle where it gets even more compromising. The position he's in. So I'm gonna show you that video and let you decide what you think about it, because I mean, this brother. If you can see it, it looked like he put his hand up a crack. So it looked like he put his hand up a crack. I don't know if you're saying it, but that's what he did. Coach of the Jacksonville Jaguars. He was at his own restaurant. So let me break it down. What happened? They had a football game which they lost. They're 0-4. He doesn't fly back with the team, and he said he's going to handle some family business. He's supposed to be with the family, with the kids, the grandkids. He's supposed to be with his grandchildren. He ends up going up to his own restaurant, probably had a few drinks or something like that, and then a lady started dancing on him. It's not his wife. He's married. It's not his wife. And so, everybody got camera phones. He get caught, and it gets put out there. He has to come out with an apology and, try to save face, because he's embarrassing his family. And, he wants to set an example for his team and things of that nature. So it doesn't look good. But I'm going to give you a little rundown of Urban Meyer, because I put this question on Facebook. And everybody who's y'all watching, y'all share the live, man. Share the live. Post your comments. I'll be posting the comments, going through the comments. And but share the live so y'all people can see it and they can comment. But Urban Meyer has a long history. He was a coach at Florida. And he had a lot of players getting arrested there while he was there or after they left. He was there when Aaron Hernandez, the tight end that got convicted of murder and eventually killed himself. He was coaching him when he started doing some of the stuff that he was doing. Then he went to Ohio State and got in some trouble with one of his coaches, who was in the middle of domestic violence under his watch. And then he comes to the Jaguars, and the first thing he does is hires the strength coach who was fired for racist remarks at Iowa. So he has a checkered history. And then you got this video. You got to remember, he also retired for health reasons and all of that stuff. And, you know, I don't understand why this guy keeps getting chances, in my opinion. It's ridiculous. Is it a fireable offense? I don't know. I don't think he should have been the Jaguars coach in the first place. But he is. And I just don't understand it. Justin Camper says white supremacy. That brother runs to that a lot. But it might be true in this case. It might be true in this case. I can't say it's not. But he's gotten a lot of chances with a checkered past. And now he got this video lurking on him. And it's not a good look. I would want him out. Like, how you don't fly back with your team after a loss? You stay behind and to go to your restaurant, to quote unquote, you're supposed to handle some business with your be with your family and be with your grandchildren. But you end up at your restaurant getting a lap dance from a young lady. So, you know, like I posed this question on Facebook. If he was have you ever seen any black coaches go through any of the things that Urban Meyer has went through and still continue to get chances? I feel like black coaches have to be perfect from Jump Street. And that's on the moral side. And then if you are good, you also got to be great at your job, at coaching. And even some of the coaches that has been good, like a Lovie Smith, you know, Tony Dungy, Herm Edwards, some of these coaches, they still end up getting fired when they have a spotless record as far as off the field, and then they're pretty good on the field. I think Lovie Smith was a pretty good coach, in my opinion. The Bears fired him, you know, after a 10-6 season. But just imagine if they had some of this stuff going on like Urban Meyer had. What would it look like? Would they have to resign? Would they get fired immediately? What would happen? I'm just curious. But hey, I don't know, man. You know, he also bought Tebow in, you know, after being not being in the league for so long. He just, hey, you my old player. Come on and try out for this team. Try out for a tight end position that you never played before. I'm just saying, man. But we'll see what happens. Because the owner supposedly not very happy about this video, and we will see what happens with Urban Meyer in the future. So just my thoughts. Y'all comment. Once again, y'all share the live. Thank y'all for tuning in. I want to get to Matt Nagy. Let's take it to the Bears. He had another press conference. I asked the question after the Bears game. Can you go back to Andy Dalton after the game Justin Fields just had? He had a pretty good game. The Bears won. We're trying to bring the rookie on, trying to have progression with Justin Fields. And he came out and said when Andy Dalton is healthy, he's going to be the starter. But before that, Matt Nagy has had a crazy couple of days. So after the victory with the Bears, people was messaging me, telling me about the press conference. I missed the original press conference, and they told me that they asked him about play calling duties, and they wouldn't let it go. So I end up seeing the press conference, and I have it for y'all. So Matt Nagy, this is his press conference, and I just can't believe some of the stuff that he says. But let's check it out and let's see.
conversations and solutions you had this week?
Yeah.
Delegating some of the play calling responsibility?
Yeah, again, that goes back to what we talked about internally for the whole week is whatever I can do for the best thing for the Bears, whatever that is. And I think that, again, for us, I think big picture, so we all understand it is, the offense in general, we get together on Monday as a staff, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. We go through everything together. Ultimately, it goes through me, right? Everything that we do, regardless of anything else, who's calling this, who's calling that, it goes through me. And so that part I appreciate because we do it together, and then there's a collaboration of how we do it. But I thought that our coaches did a great job today. I thought our players executed, which is what we asked for. And quite honestly, again, like I know, and with all due respect, I understand the questions, but that's what it is, and that's what it's going to be the rest of the year. Is just knowing that whatever happens, it goes through me, and we've done it together.
What does the way Justin played today mean for him starting going forward?
Say that again one more time. Yeah.
For him starting going forward, depending.
Well, yeah, we'll work through. All we wanted to do, quite honestly, today was win the game, go 2-2, and be able to talk about everything else as we go. You guys all know in regards to Andy working through what he went through this past week, so we'll see where he's at. But
okay, I can't even take no more myself. I'm gonna cut it off right there because this is the first thing that he talked about. So Bill Lazor apparently called the plays last game, which they played better, and they won the game. But instead of just giving Bill Lazor credit, giving the players credit, he goes into I'm the head coach. Everything goes through me. Everything goes through me. You know what this reminded me of? If you ever seen the Dave Chappelle Whack Arnold's skit, when Dave Chappelle's working at Whack Arnold's, got his first paycheck, comes home and come home to his girl. They get to talk, and she gets on his nerve, and he say, I run Whack Arnold's. If you want anything, you got to go through me. That's the first thing I thought about when I heard that when Matt Nagy is talking about everything goes through me. Everything goes through me. Yeah, we all have a discussion. Bill Lazor calls the plays, but it still got to go through me. And it's like, what is going on with you that you have to make sure that you are a part, that you're in the mix? You can't give anybody credit. You're still the head coach. Set an example. It's ridiculous, man. So that was the first press conference. Then he did another press conference yesterday. And here's the second one. When he talked about who's going to be the starter. And once again, he just...
That's a positive step right there for him.
Man, will you explain clearly for us how you're gonna decide who's playing quarterback?
Yeah.
Solely on Dalton's health, or are you evaluating Fields' performance in light of the improvement from?
So when we work through this whole process, we got to see where Andy's at health wise these next 2 days. That's important because, like we said this whole time, when Andy's healthy, right? When he's healthy, he's our starter. He's the 1. Justin's the 2. Nick's the 3. So what's been great about this, the last couple of weeks is Justin's had the opportunity to play and get significant snaps, and he's grown from it. So now we just got to see where is Andy's health at. Honestly, the next 2 days will be revealing to us, and then once that happens and we get a feel for where he is, then we as coaches decide, okay, hey, where are we at right now? How do we feel he is percentage wise, Andy, to be able to go into that game as the starter?
So if he's healthy, if he's good to go, then he'd be the starter.
Correct.
Well, regardless of who is actually calling the plays, how much importance do you place on your young quarterback saying that it's useful for him?
So I'm going to stop it right there.
The calming influence of a coach in the booth as opposed to the high energy.
He says when Andy Dalton is healthy, he's a starter. Why? I don't. It doesn't make sense. Just because you promised him the job before the draft, you didn't know you was going to be able to get Justin Fields. Stuff changes. Why do you have to? I know if I tell my wife that, hey, we're going to go here tomorrow. But the car breaks down. We gotta find another way, or we can't go. Stuff changes. Life happens. Life happened to the Bears. They signed Andy Dalton, say, hey, you're gonna be our starter. They didn't know they was gonna be able to get Justin Fields. Now that they got Justin Fields, stuff changes. I understand you might start in the first game. Andy Dalton got injured. Justin Fields came in, played horrible, didn't have a good game in Cleveland, but that was because of the coaching. But the next game against Detroit, he balled out. And you need to keep the train moving. Why would you go back to Andy Dalton? Jamar Goodman said, I guarantee Matt Nagy is the only person on the staff that supports Andy Dalton. Just let him go and move on. They're not going to let him go because I think they paid him $10 million. They're not going to let him go. But it's a contract. The contract, I don't know if the contract says, hey, we have to start you. Like the contracts, I don't know if it's in the contract that he has to be the starter, but I never heard of a contract like that. If it says Andy Dalton has to be the starter, I don't think that happens. Maurice Tisby, that's why he will start. Listen, Justin Fields played great the last game. He needs to. He was doing things Andy Dalton can't do. Andy Dalton can't spin move out of a sack. Andy Dalton can't make the throws that Justin Fields made. Only thing Andy Dalton has more on Justin Fields is experience. And how do you get experience? You get experience by playing. So why wouldn't you let this brother keep the train moving? And the fact that I just said brother brings me back to another point. Somebody at my job mentioned the fact that, maybe they don't want the brother to shine. I'm just saying that's what somebody said. I don't know, how y'all feel about that. The Bears ain't had a lot of black quarterbacks in their history, especially a one drafted in the first round. I don't think ever. And I think they had Cordell Stewart for a minute, free agent. Chris Leak was like a third stringer or something. Henry Burris was trash, but they never drafted a black quarterback that I can remember as high as Justin Fields. Maurice Tisby, I also think it's about the defense that Justin Fields will face. Detroit was a decent win, but those tougher defenses exposed the rookie areas of weakness. That's a good point, but let me say this. He gets to play with the number ones with the Bears. He gets to get all the first team reps. And this is his second game that he started. Why wouldn't you want to keep the momentum of the positive playing that he just had? Why would you take him back out and then he's going to have to try to regain that again? Do you think we in the business of winning football games as well? Do you think Andy Dalton give the Bears a better chance to win or Justin Fields? Because I think it's Justin Fields. Even though Andy Dalton got more experience, is he a better football player than Justin Fields? That would be my question. Because I think Justin Fields is the better football player right now, even though without the experience that he had. Of course, he's going to take some lumps. I'm willing to take those lumps and make mistakes. I'll take the Cleveland game. But I put it more on the coaches than him, that Cleveland game, because listen, we just found out Bill Lazor was the play call of the last game. Who's the play call of Cleveland? Matt Nagy. No protection, no chipping with the tight end, no chip with the running back. But as soon as Bill Lazor is the offensive coordinator, now you got max protection. Now you got tight ends helping. Now you got running backs helping. Now the offense looks like an offense. The offense looks like an offense. So I hear what you're saying about the tougher defenses, but if Bill Lazor is calling plays, I think we would have a better shot at some of these better defenses. Because I guarantee you, if they would have helped out more on Myles Garrett and Jadeveon Clowney, it wouldn't have looked as bad. But Matt Nagy don't know how to call plays. That's just bottom line. He doesn't know how to call plays with the Bears. Now, when he was in Kansas City, when he was calling plays, and I put quotations because quiet as kept, Andy Reid was calling majority of them plays. Let's just be honest. He was labeled the offensive coordinator, but it is what it is. But he got the job because he was under Andy Reid. So when you under a great offense, it's going to look like, oh, let me get the person that's under the person because maybe he can bring that to my city. But that's not, no. Mike Lee checking in, tell Alan Pro. I appreciate it, brother. I appreciate it. You ain't got to tell nobody. I see the comment. Appreciate it. But yeah, I want to see Justin Fields, bottom line. And I'm tired of Matt Nagy in these press conferences. So let's go around the NFL real quick, man. The Arizona Cardinals still undefeated. They beat up on us LA Rams, and they look like they for real, man. How are you feeling about the Arizona Cardinals? Do they have a chance to actually go to the Super Bowl this year? They got some new players, J.J. Watt, A.J. Green. I mean, I'm just saying. Arizona Cardinals are looking pretty good. They're looking pretty good. And that's really – and then we had the revenge game, I would call it, with Belichick and Tom Brady, the Bucks and the Patriots. And the Bucks snuck out with a win. I was going to talk about that a little bit because of the hug at the end. It was, it was kind of shady in my opinion. Like, I felt like Tom Brady wanted to, they hug at the end of the game. And I felt like Tom Brady wanted to say some stuff, but Bill Belichick was in his feelings and he hugged him and kept it moving. But hey, I had the video. I should have had a video queued up for so you can see what I'm talking about. But it was funny. Jamar Goodman says, as long as the defense plays average, the Cards have a chance with Baby Yoda at QB. He's talking about Kyler Murray. Yeah, Kyler is balling out. Early MVP candidate for sure. And man, they look for real. They might win that division. Who's going to win the NFC West? Y'all tell me who's going to win the NFC West. I want to hear these answers. It's still early in the season, but the Cardinals look for real. We also found out the halftime show for the Super Bowl this year. Going to have Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, Eminem, Mary J. How do y'all feel about that lineup? Will this be like the best Super Bowl halftime ever? That's a star-studded halftime lineup. I mean, I think it's going to be in LA. That's the reason why they got so much West Coast, but you got Eminem and Mary J in that as well. Are you looking forward to that halftime show? What songs are they going to play? I mean, man, I'm excited. I'm excited. And then did Jay-Z have anything to do with this? Because, ever since he's been in, I think he's been putting some hip hop on for sure. Maurice Tim said, nostalgic, that is all. We will get nothing new. Hey, who said we needed anything new? They got hits. I would just like to see them perform the hits. You don't want to see the hits? Come on now. And let me see. Do they got anything new? I don't think Dre got anything new. But Eminem has been around. Kendrick might have something new. Usually when they do these things, they might come out with a album right afterwards. They might debut some new music. But man, they got hits for days. They don't have to do nothing new for me. I don't want to try to learn a new song. Give me the old hits. Give me the hits. Let me rock out to the hits. Nobody's coming to hear your new stuff. Is anybody coming to hear some new stuff? Let me ask that question. Is anybody coming to hear new music from the halftime show? Or do you want to hear the hits? I'm just saying. Because I don't want to hear new music. But that's just me. So that was a big announcement that happened that I was excited to talk about. Maurice Tisby says, how did it work out with Big Boy from Outkast? I don't know. You tell me. I don't remember. What happened? What happened? Yeah, that's kind of old to me. But you tell me what happened. But as you tell me what happened, I'm going to move on, man, to the day in the life of Al. So last week, I told y'all that my wife says she doesn't want to be a Bears fan anymore. That was before they won that game. But she said, I'm tired of them losing. I don't want to be a Bears fan anymore. She wants to pick another team. Come to find out, now she wants to be a Seahawks fan. And she said because of Russell Wilson and Sierra. And I said, really? That's why? That's why? I don't. So apparently she's going to be a Seahawks fan now. So we will see how that works out. I will say this. When the Bears do play in Seattle, we will be going to that game. She always wanted to go to Seattle, so there you go. But it's shenanigans. Maurice Tisby said he performed with Maroon 5. Okay. None of those people that I just showed is going to be performing with no Maroon 5. So that don't do nothing for me. That don't mean nothing to me. I'm expecting a great halftime show. A great halftime show. I guess you're not expecting a great halftime show. I don't know. And let's move to some NBA, man. Kyrie Irving is still in the news. He's unvaccinated. If you don't know, they got rules in New York and LA that if you're not vaccinated, you can't come in the stadium because it's over a certain capacity. And so he's not vaccinated, and he stands to lose a lot of money if he doesn't play because he won't get paid. I got a YouTuber, D-Lynn, Adam Levine bombed. So she's talking about Adam Levine bomb. But D-Lynn, what are you expecting from the halftime show with Dr. Dre, Snoop, Mary J, Eminem? Do you think they're going to bomb? Do you think this group right here is going to bomb at the halftime show? Because I don't. Nobody came to, I wasn't coming to see no Adam Levine anyway. I mean, but But I want to talk about Kyrie Irving. I mean, the Nets are trying to win a championship. And listen, I don't care whether you vaxxed or unvaxxed. That ain't my issue. But it's interesting that, she said she loved it. I think she's talking about the halftime show. But what do y'all think about Kyrie Irving unvaccinated? If you know anything about Kyrie Irving, he's a little different. He the one, the earth is flat. He one of those, woke, super deep, So he hasn't gotten vaccinated, and he stands to lose a lot of money. He plays for the Nets, so that's 41 home games that he won't be able to play if he doesn't get vaccinated. Millions of dollars. He's very, very well paid. Well paid. Maurice Tisby, how do you think people will take gin and juice? I'm sure they would be looking for Eminem more than anybody else. They in LA. He probably do a lot of his weed songs too. I mean, they going to listen. Weed is legal, I believe, in LA. Gin and juice, this West Coast. They West Coast. They gonna love Snoop. That's not Detroit. They not gonna be looking for Eminem like that. They're gonna be looking for Snoop, Dre, all of that. D-Lynn says he's going to have a fold or find another job. So let's talk about it because Andrew Wiggins, he didn't want to take the vaccine at first, but because of the money he was going to lose, he said, hey, I felt like I was forced. He was like, I still want to provide for my family. I still want to provide generational wealth. But he didn't want to take the vaccine because of religious reasons. He said his family don't believe in vaccines. So, and it's a clause with this rule that you can not take the vaccine for religious reasons. Now, I don't know why they denied him, because he tried to use that and they denied him. He tried to say he didn't want to take it for religious reasons. They denied that request. So he was going to lose a lot of money. And instead of losing money, he just got the vaccine. But who budges first between Kyrie or the league? Or it's not really the league. This is a state rule. A state rule with New York, California. And so who wins? Do Kyrie sits out? Do he get the vaccine? Who budges? Maurice Tisby is definitely not a choice. They are using the power of money to force the jab. Listen, it is a choice. You can choose not to take the vaccine and lose your money. What's more important to you at this point? You want the money? You want the money, or you want to stand by what you believe? It's that simple. You got a decision to make. Decisions ain't hard. I mean, decisions ain't easy. What would you do, Maurice? You losing 30 to 40 million, or you gonna take the vaccine? What you gonna do? Because I believe you're gonna take that vaccine. I definitely believe you're gonna take that vaccine. Matter of fact, everybody who's watching, do Maurice Tisby take that vaccine? Y'all tell me, do he lose 30 to 40 million? What y'all think? Come on now. But I'm curious, because I believe Kyrie will mess around and try to sit out. He just crazy enough that he might want to sit out. And I won't even call him crazy. If that's what he's standing by, that's what he's standing by. But that's a lot of money to pass up for the vaccine. And I'm going to say this. I got vaccinated. And I was hesitant at first too. But after taking it, it's like, oh, it wasn't that bad. I was hesitant. But D-Lynn says he's going to take it. She said Maurice going to take that vaccine. He going to take that vaccine for sure. He ain't passing up no 30, 40 million. He'll take it for 1 million. You know what I'm saying? If he's unvaccinated now, I don't know. They are taking their livelihood. They are taking the choice of what they put in their bodies away. Listen, it's not the NBA though. This is the state. This is the state. This is not just the NBA. This is in their whole state. So who is they? Who is the they you talking about? Because it's not the NBA. It's not the NBA rule. This is the state rule. So, and answer the question. What do Maurice Tisby do? Do he take the vaccine, or do he pass up on that money? Because you answer the question. That's what I want to hear. Let's see if he answered that question. Because he trying to comment on some on the other stuff. Answer the question, brother. You taking that vaccine, or you passing up on that money? Because I believe you're gonna take that vaccine. Also, Ben Simmons still hasn't reported to training camp with the 76ers. How does it end? What's a good fit for Ben Simmons? Ben Simmons, basically got thrown under the bus by his teammates and his coach. He still is not in training camp. He's owed a lot of money. But they already withheld about $8 million from him. Already that a bonus that was due to him. And so I would actually like for a team to actually play hardball for a change instead of just budging and just giving in to trade demands. You signed the contract. So if you want to sit out and lose money, go right ahead. Here we go. Maurice Tisby. If I had the opportunity to make money prior to this whole thing, and I've invested and done all right, here we go. Let me read this long paragraph. And I've invested it and done right by my money. No, I'm not taking it. I'll retire and get that NBA pension check for the rest of my life. So you saying if you was in Kyrie's position, you wouldn't take it? Okay, all right, okay. But just you say done right by your money, but everybody, lifestyle changes when you start making certain types of money. That's all I'm saying. So, but I hear what you're saying. I hear you, but. Ben Simmons, what's a good fit for Ben Simmons? Because Apparently, it looks like he's going to eventually get traded. But I wish Philly would just play hardball. But I know they're trying to win a championship, so they don't want to deal with this. But I wish they would play hardball and just take his money. You want to sit out? We got you on a contract for 4 more years, I believe. And no, bro, you're not going to just demand like that. What's more valuable, your job or your beliefs? Great question. Great question. You would think beliefs, but money talks. Money talks. So, Justin, let me ask you the question. Are you taking the vax or you passing up on $30 to $40 million a year? What are you doing? Because it's all good to put these in the comments, how they taking they taking the choices away and all this other stuff. But if it came to your doorstep, what you doing? Your beliefs are rooted on truth. So she said your beliefs are rooted on truth. I want to get to Justin. Do y'all believe Justin Camper takes the vaccine and make his 30 to 40 million, or he passes up because he don't believe in the vaccine? What do Justin Camper do? Y'all tell me what y'all think he do. Because a lot of people in these comments talking all this, that, and the other ain't never had I don't think they had 30 to 40 million sitting in their face for 1 year. That's all I'm saying. I haven't had it sat in my face for 1 year. So, and like I said, after taking the vaccine, like, you know what? Give me that money. Give me that money. I was hesitant at first, but for different reasons, I took the vaccine. And I don't believe my beliefs were compromised. That's just me. But she said your beliefs, if they are rooted in truth. Okay. So D-Land, if you didn't believe in taking the vaccine, you would pass up that 30 to 40 million. That's what you're telling me. That's what it sounds like. I want to actually have a picture and see y'all in front of 30 to 40 million dollars and see if y'all are still have that same energy. I'm just curious. We got a big fight coming up this Saturday. Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder 3. Who do you have? I had one of my guys on Facebook say Deontay Wilder by knockout in the 7th round. Man, I was shocked. He said Deontay Wilder by knockout in the 7th round. Who do y'all have in this fight? I'm curious. Eddie Hearn, I think the promoter, actually said that he don't believe Tyson Fury is ready. That was shocking to hear. And if you see the pictures of Deontay Wilder, the dude looks heavier, looks ripped. My only question is, does he actually know how to box now? Because he can't just have that one big right hand. But yeah. Just to give everybody a recap what we talked about, man. Listen, the playoffs are going on right now. Red Sox and Yankees baseball playoffs have started. Red Sox are up 3-0 in the middle of the 5th. Do y'all like the 1-game playoff with the baseball playoffs with the wild card? Do y'all like that? The Dodgers got to play in a wild card game, and they won 106 games, but they ain't won the division, so they got to play a wild card game. That's just crazy to me. D-Lynn, I took the vaccine, but if I believe God did not want me to take it and it was based on biblical truth, I would not take it regardless of money. I feel you. Okay. Maurice Tisby, I like the 1 game. Man, that's tough, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I can't. One game and I won 106 games. I need at least a 3-game series. At least 3 games. You can't do me a one and done, man. Come on, man. One and done. That's just crazy to me. We also discussed Urban Meyer. He got caught on video getting a lap dance from some random lady that's not his wife in his own establishment. Matt Nagy says Andy Dalton will start when healthy over Justin Fields after Justin Fields just balled out. And hey, a day in the life of Al. My wife says she wants to change. She don't want to be a Bears fan anymore. Come to find out, she texted me today and said she wants to be a Seahawks fan because of Russell Wilson and Sierra. So there you go. She's jumping off the Bears bandwagon, and she wants to be a Seattle Seahawks fan now. So we'll see how that goes. Listen, my scripture, my come to church scripture today is Hebrews 13:2-3. I came across this a couple of days ago, and I know we all have family members that get locked up, or things of that nature. And so I came across this scripture. First, it says, do not neglect to extend hospitality to strangers, especially among the family of believers, being friendly, cordial, and gracious, sharing the comforts of your home and doing your part generously. That's just talk about just being hospitable to strangers and to believers. But the next one says, and it says, for by this some have entertained angels without knowing it. So when you're friendly to strangers, they saying this scripture saying that you can be showing hospitalities to angels and not even knowing it. So that's pretty interesting. And then it says, remember those who are in prison, as if you were their fellow prisoner, and those who are mistreated, since you also are in the body and subject to physical suffering. So it says, remember those who are in prison. So I take that as, don't just throw them by the wayside. If they get locked up for some reason or whatever, don't just throw them to the wayside. Like, check on your folks, man. People got, family members locked up, and we all got family members that go through things. Just, try to write them a letter, help them out when you can, and encourage them while they are locked up. They need the encouragement. I can just only imagine what it's like being behind bars, and no freedom, not, being told what to do, when to do it, and all that. So, and I think that God had them in mind when this scripture is in the Bible, to remember those who are in prison. He can still do miracles while they're in prison. If you look at the Apostle Paul and other people in the Bible that was locked up, that was still able to do great things. So, but I just want you to, if you got family members that are locked up, check this scripture out, Hebrews 13:2-3, and it says it says remember them. So that's my come to church scripture for today. Hey, I need everybody that's tuning in right now. If you haven't subscribed to the YouTube, please subscribe to the YouTube. Do that for your boy. Follow, like, and review our Facebook page. Follow on Instagram. Follow us on TikTok. I got the hoodie. It's fall season, y'all. Get your hoodies. People are ordering their hoodies. This is the red hoodie. You can purchase your own merchandise. Hoodies, jackets, long sleeves. Fall season is here. If you want to support and rock your Allen Pals gear, message me and you can purchase. If you know people that got businesses, listen, I'm giving away free advertisement on this show. They can come and do an interview and promote their product, or they can send the information to me and I will promote it for them. So I'm doing free promotion for businesses, events, authors, politicians, all legit businesses though. No nonsense people. So that's what I'm doing. Appreciate everyone for tuning in. Y'all get the merch. Tell your people, business owners, free advertising. Please do that. I would love to promote businesses and all that good stuff. So I'm about to get up out of here, man. Appreciate all of y'all. I'll see y'all either next Tuesday or Sunday after the Bears game. Holla at your boy.
We lock and load, Allen Pass. It's the Allen Pass Show. Yeah.